So you're looking at buying a house and you're thinking of maybe moving to the Charlotte area. Well, you probably ought to be looking at the suburbs of Charlotte, as I've said in other videos, and some of the neighborhoods around the suburbs. In today's video, we're going to show you Riverwalk, which is a Rock Hill neighborhood, and talk to you all about that and all it has to offer. So stick around. Hey, I'm Dave DeSilva with Long Tab Realty, brokered by eXp Realty here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today, like I said, we're going to talk to you about Riverwalk, a vibrant community in Rock Hill, about 1,003 acres, hundreds of homes, lots to do in the area. We're going to try to cover all of that. If you stick around until the end, we're going to tell you one interesting thing about the land that this development was built on, and it's something you'll probably want to listen to. So stick around to that and let's jump into it. So if you've never been to this channel before, we're going to tell you everything about the Charlotte region, the market, the neighborhoods, the suburbs, things going on, the economy, the housing market, everything you want to know before you decide to move to Charlotte. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there, press the like button, share with friends, and if you hit the bell, you're going to be the first person to get notified when we put out something new about the market. Okay, no trip to Rock Hill, South Carolina, or to the Riverwalk neighborhood, which we're going to cover later on, would be complete without a visit to the Pump House. Pump House, as you can see here, is a 5-story new American cuisine restaurant right on the Catawba River. We'll show you that a little bit. It's got everything from world famous and my favorite Pump House steak burger to salmon. You've got jumbo shrimp, you've got some filet, you've got ribeye here for dinner, but it's got everything you could want for dinners. This is some of the Catawba River here. Or if you're looking to just stop in and grab a drink, meet some friends here, you can take a look up there and see where you've got an awesome view of the river from the top of the 5th floor. It does have an elevator to get you up there. Some seating that's kind of almost outside. And there's Route 21 that gets you down here from Route 77. So the Pump House, you can't miss it. You just don't want to miss the Pump House. So either stop in or stop by. And today's Sunday. You can see the parking lot is not quite full on a Sunday, but quite a few people are here to enjoy a drink, a snack, company, visiting with friends here, and of course the view of the Catawba River, which is probably the mainstay of Riverwalk, which we'll be going to right away. Okay, before we head to some of the housing and recreation parts of the Riverwalk district, I'm going to drive you a little bit of the way through some of the retail and some of the restaurant locations, like the Grapevine out here on the right. It's a wine and beer coffee shops that are right near the Pump House. Quite a bit if you live down here, and there are some townhomes, condos, single-family residential homes that are right nearby. If you live down here, you could walk to this, ride your bike to this, easy drive. There's Tony's Cantina Mexican Grill. That's a big, very popular spot. Of course, it's closed, it looks like, or hasn't opened yet on Sunday. And again, some retail locations. Rockin' Box Fitness Center. You've got, let's see, River District Smiles. That's someone's dentist shop. And then on the other side, that you can't see right now, I'll show you in a second when I drive down there, is the river and part of the trail system that take you around the Riverwalk. And you can see a little bit of the trail system. When I say Riverwalk, in that sense, I meant walking the river. You're walking by and down and alongside the river. And what you're seeing on the right are part of the trail system that leads up to the Pump House, which you'll probably be able to pick up on the screen in just a few minutes on the right side. But that is the Catawba River, one of the little parks nearby. You can see a couple people there enjoying the January weather. It is sunny out here. It's a little bit brisky. It's been cold, unusually cold in Charlotte and the area the last couple days. So there's the Pump House down there on the right, and there's part of the trail system. People are just getting done with their rucking. Another big attraction to the River District, other than the Pump House and a couple nice restaurants and coffee shops, is the Piedmont Medical Center Trail. This is about 4 miles long, maybe out and back, and you can make that longer. But we're going to take a little bit of a walk down here and show you just the beginning of the trail from the pump house side of the area. And this is a district, the River District. But just a few minutes ago, I ran into an old Army veteran. He and I served about this similar time frame and had a good conversation. Anywhere you go around Charlotte, you're going to bump into people that have similar likes or similar dislikes to you, and you can start up a conversation. It's a pretty friendly place, and I've lived in several states, several countries, and I give Rock Hill, the River District, and the Charlotte region a great thumbs up. So I won't take you any further down here, but this is right along the river, and you can see the trail goes. There's somebody in front of me. There's the Catawba River right there, and then back to the pump house where we were earlier. And here we are going up Terrace Street in the River District down near the pump house, and this will be our last little show of this area until we hit to the neighborhood part of River District. Okay, so we're going to drive through one of the neighborhoods here in the Riverwalk District and kind of show you some of the housing. There's quite a bit of variety in the Riverwalk District. All of them, all the homes on smaller lots, generally smaller lots than what you might find in some other neighborhoods. Typically, they're going to be around 0.15, 16, 17, 0.22 acres, so they're typically less than a quarter of an acre, most of the lots here. Riverwalk was really developed in the early 2010s, and Saucy Burbank, Evans Coghill, and now Vencia are some of the home builders here that are building today. Avencia is still building today. I'm not sure if others are building. There are some infill homes. True Homes did a couple infill homes. But Evans Coghill and Saucy Burbank were some of the original builders, and their price points today are from the low end at about $360 is what you'll find, and the high end about $700,000. And the average price in this neighborhood is about $521,000, and we're going through just one little section of it. You'll see a lot of these homes with front porches, some Charleston-looking type homes, and like I said, a variety of builders. So very, very much diverse in their architecture. Floor plans, and some of those are the same floor plan with a different frontage, and that's always nice. Lots of walking area, trails, playgrounds, pools. We're going to go by one of their rec centers pretty soon and take a look at that. But just a great neighborhood. There are some legalese things going on now that I'll talk about later on, but that's something that is being worked on and hopefully doesn't affect too many of the current homeowners or some of the new homeowners. And that's it for this section. One thing you'll notice about this section of Riverwalk are what looks like, hey, there's no driveways. Hey, there's no parking. Well, most of the parking is two-car garages in the back of the homes. You've got side streets that go down in between homes and provide the parking for residents, and that's usually two-car garages, most of them detached. And then you've got some parking in the front as well. So here we go. Let me see if we can see one there. We'll go drive down one of these little parking lot, these garage places. Here we go. So here's the garages that are part of the single-family residential homes. Here's the three-car garage up here on the right. There's a couple of them, but you notice that they are detached. There's a little bit of space in between where a lot of times there's just a little sitting area. But we do have some that are side load and some that are front load. Not too many, but most of them, like I said, are the detached two-car garages in the back. Okay, so we're just stopping by the Rock Hill Outdoor Center Greens, one of the parks in the River District here. I'm going to show you what's going on back there. But you can do a lot of different things here in the River District, Riverwalk. I keep calling it Riverwalk District. I'll get that right sooner or later. In Riverwalk, you can do a lot of different things. They've got ultimate frisbee going on today. It looks like some adults, some little kids, some teenagers, so it's a good group. There's hiking, there's kayaking, there's paddleboard, there's boating, all sorts of things up and down the Catawba River and on some of the other waterways. But for those of you who like to maybe stay off the water on a day when it's about 45 degrees, let me see if I can go ahead and show you there we go. We've got ultimate frisbee going on here on the Rock Hill Greens. Someone's juggling a soccer ball. So this is a very active community. And as you can see, it's kind of in the center of one of the neighborhood enclaves. And parking lot. We'll go up on that hill a little while and see what's going on up there. But lots of activity here. And here's something we're going to show you that you don't see all the time. Mixed in with the single-family housing. Single-family residential homes are multi-family, multi-use properties that you're going to see right there. And right next door to that is the Rock Hill, South Carolina Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Center. And what's cool about that is right adjacent to the Rock Hill Velodrome or bicycle track. Take a look at this. It's one of those that you see in the Olympic type environments where you've got a banked track. And we've actually got a couple of riders here today. Not sure if they're just out for fun or these are competitive riders. But this is where they've got competitions of all sorts that take place. And when you're done there, we're Velodrome with the YMCA in the background. Another rider coming at us. Okay, so I have to jump back in here and tell you about the education I just got on this velodrome down here that we're looking at. This is a 250-meter velodrome, and it is the U.S. Olympic, or actually the Olympic standard size velodrome, one of the very few. There's 22 of these type facilities in the entire country. There's one in Asheville, North Carolina, one in Atlanta, and I think the closest one to those two are Philadelphia, or the Pennsylvania area, Philadelphia area, and then somewhere down in Florida. So not a lot of these facilities around. You can take a course here at $65. You can't just get on there and ride. The bicycles are one speed and no brakes, and it is a 42-degree slanted track. And what'll happen is if you get up too high on that track and you've got a regular bicycle, your crankshaft on your pedals is going to hit and fall, and you'll be tumbling and getting scraped up. I hope you guys like the background music. But you can take like a 3-hour class, and then the bike rental's $5. So that's it. Pretty interesting news. I'm going to talk about the BMX course in a minute. That's just a few hundred yards from here. And there are the World Championships are going to be held there the second week of May. So right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Here's what I was talking about a little earlier, where you've got, they look like some duplexes, quads, but they're some townhome type setups, multifamily units here in Riverwalk. And it just kind of makes it so there's a great mingling of different families and types of people that live here. Hopefully you can see through the sun. Here's something that's nice to have locally if you're bringing your family with her. This is the Harbor Chase Assisted Living Care and Memory Care of Riverwalk. Kind of like the neighborhood I spoke of recently in Highland Creek that had some of these facilities. This is just something that's nice to have when needed. Hopefully you can tell that this Riverwalk district is a very active place. It's 36, 40 degrees outside and lots of activity going on. There is a bike race here. It's about a 6-mile race. Looks like young ladies division. Some pretty excited fans there, but I think that's the lead group. This is on the bike trail. It's 3 laps of about 1.9 miles, very hilly and gravelly. And then you've got the BMX track on the other side over there. I'll show you that in a second. You might be able to see that. And then there's the headquarters building. And then other interesting activities going on. So this is a very active place here on a Sunday in January when it's nice and cold out and there's tons of people walking. I showed you already some of the people doing the ultimate frisbee. There's bikers out here racing. I just told you a little bit about the Velodrome, the world-class caliber Velodrome. And here is the BMX course, and we'll get you a couple visuals of this from a little bit higher up. I think we'll have some of that available, but again, nobody on the BMX course today. Playground over there for kids, little headquarters facilities. Riverwalk. This is one of my favorite streets in Riverwalk. It's right off of the Riverwalk Parkway, and it's Digby. And you're gonna see a lot of cars on the right, but for some reason, I'm just attracted more to the homes here. Front porches, there's a couple of them that have some stone highlights to the homes, and I do like the detached garages in the back on the ones that have the detaches, and even the ones that don't, I like them as well. Right now in Riverwalk, you're going to see 4 homes that are on the market. 3 are under contract, but these are 4 homes that are active on the market, and they're ranging in price point from $495,000 up to about, I think it's $585,000, and those are all 3-bedroom, 3-bath homes, somewhere between 1,900 and 2,900 square feet. Last thing I like is a little dog park here. I call it a dog park. It's probably not, but I can take Duffy the dog for a walk here if I want to. Now, as I said before, there are several homes in here that are new construction, and we're taking you by a whole new section that's being built by Avencia Homes. And I've got actually a client that might be looking at one of these pretty soon. But things coming out of the ground, they've got the land improved. They're starting to, obviously, as you could have seen back there on the right, to get the foundations on, the framing in. Here's some more foundations on the right. So we've got homes in Riverwalk from the early 2010s, maybe 2012, 2013, all the way up until sometime this year, sometime next year, most likely. So if you want a new home and you're looking at it down here, let me know. I'd be happy to help you out with that. If you're looking at a resale, same thing. But again, just shows you the diversity through Riverwalk. And I think I don't think I mentioned this. Their HOA fees are $969 for the year. And they do have a annual, what they call an MID fee, and that can increase about 2% per year. But what the MID is it's a municipal improvement district fee. And the reason that is there is because a lot of the facilities, that bike park that we went through, the Velodrome, some of the greenery, the trails, would not have been affordable without extra fees coming in. And why are the people in Riverwalk obligated to pay those fees? Because those facilities are right in their neighborhood. So residents of Rock Hill can use those facilities, the ones that are open to the public. However, they are not obligated to pay that fee. And right now, I think it's $782 a year, and that's something that goes along with your taxes. So if you live in this district, you'll be charged that on your taxes. Yeah, the size homes, I think we're in the middle sizes here, between 1,736 in the low end that has sold the past year, up to 3,400 square feet. Most of those are 3 and 4 bedroom homes. And I'm trying to think of what else that we've got in this area. Oh, we're coming up on the pool and the clubhouse here on the right, and that is right next to the BMX park. We'll take a quick drive through there and show you that. But very walkable or bikeable, like I said before, like I probably said 18 times. Here we go. We are pulling into this empty parking lot. And why is it an empty parking lot? It's because it's 36 degrees out in January. And yes, we are in Charlotte. We do get weather like that. But we just want to come up here and show you one of the pools here and the clubhouse. So very nice looking place. As you can see, plenty of room behind it for construction down the road. And then as we look up on this hill to the right, that's the BMX park and the not the Velodrome, but the Criterium behind it, the bike racing location. And you could not survive if you had hundreds of homes without some shopping. And so you've got the little grocery store on the right, you've got a Friendly's back there behind us, obviously a CVS up here, 7-Eleven, there's a couple gas stations, a lot of restaurants, there's some fast food. But again, like I've said several times, now we're going down Pump Station Road again, lots of amenities here in the area. of Riverwalk to keep you happy, keep you fed, keep you warm, keep you housed and clothed, just about everything you're looking for. So I told you at the start I would give you one interesting fact about the Riverwalk area and Riverwalk district if you stuck around for a little while. And here is that interesting fact. And we are walking into what's called the CelRiver Legacy Plaza. And it's got a lot of plaques for people who might have been plant managers, some donators to the plaza, historical reference on a lot of these plaques here about what was going on and how the plant actually operated. It was very interesting to read it, but it was one of the largest employers in the York County area for over 60 years. What they did here was they produced a variety of products for home furnishings, auto, headlining, men's and women's apparel, screwdriver handles for eyeglasses, all sorts of things that were done at this location here. I'll show you a close-up, if I can, of the plant. But, one of their mantras was to make sure that whatever they were doing here and however they affected the area tied in to make the community better. So that was always one of the things at the top of their list, according to everything I've read about it. But here's a picture of the plant, and if you see it, if you can see the picture, it is quite amazing. And like I said, it was here from 1947 to 2005, and now all that acreage, over 1,000 acres, I think it's about 1,003 acres, is Riverwalk. So here's our surprise at the end, and this is a cool little memorial to that plant and those who worked there and made this into a vibrant community. And the nice thing is it's right over near that Olympic quality Velodrome that I had mentioned before. So we're going to close with the Velodrome and a local YMCA. So as we are closing out your tour, or our tour of Riverwalk in Rock Hill, South Carolina, in the Riverwalk district, just want to make sure you understand where we're located. We're on the east side of Route 77. Rock Hill, the main part of Rock Hill, is on the west side of 77, and that's maybe 5 to 12 minutes away, depending on traffic. That's downtown Rock Hill, the more busy part of Rock Hill. The airport, Charlotte Douglas Airport, is about 25 to 35 minutes north, and you just jump on 77 and hit 485 around to the airport, so that's pretty close by. Uptown Charlotte, the same distance, somewhere between 25, 35, 40 minutes, again, depending on traffic, what time you're heading in there. A lot of people do live down here in this area and either work in Rock Hill or head up to Charlotte to work up in Charlotte. Yeah, and the last thing I want to say about Riverwalk is everything is here that you need. You've got shopping, you've got dining, you've got medical facilities. There's a new Ortho Carolina facility that's nearby. Recreation, obviously, we've shown you a lot of the recreation. That's for any age group, kids, younger kids, older adults, and anything in between. So again, if you're looking for something, you can probably find it here in Riverwalk, including clubhouse, pool, miles of trail, the ability to rent bikes on that Velodrome, biking trails, hiking trails, everything like that. One thing I will say is if you want more information or you're looking for something different or you want more specific details, hit that subscribe button, send a comment to me, press the like, hit the bell, and when you do that, you'll be the first to know, as I said earlier in the video, of all of our new videos coming out. So thank you very much. Appreciate your time and have a great day.